Absolutely fantastic! The ultimate terror from space has re-emerged from its black hole, this time for one more decisive battle. First, let's crack this bad boy open. S.H.MonsterArts Space Godzilla Fukuoka Decisive Battle version. This Tamashii Web exclusive release brings back our iconic Space Godzilla figure, now with a new Decisive Battle form with a fantastic sculpt, new paint apps, and cool accessories never before seen. Before we find out how fantastic Space Godzilla is, give this video a like, comment, share, and subscribe. Space Godzilla is in the 6-inch scale, standing almost 7 inches tall and 13 inches head to tail. Space Godzilla looks great next to our other S.H.MonsterArts figures, as to be expected. Space Godzilla looks great next to our S.H. Figuarts Ultraman figures and our 6-inch scale Chogokin figures from various lines. The scale checks out, now let's see how well Space Godzilla can move. Starting with the head, we can look up, down, left, right. The mouth can open up nice and wide. The neck is on a very nice ball joint. Moving on to the shoulders, as you can see, these cannot move at all, but the arms themselves can move. So we can rotate and move these in and out. The arm can fully extend. We have very nice double jointed elbows. We can swivel here at the top of the bicep. We can swivel at the forearms. The claws are on ball joints, we can tilt and spin them freely. In the upper torso, we can lean forward, backward, twist side to side, and lean side to side some. Space Godzilla cannot move all that much, but he can move just enough to be nicely posable, so that's pretty cool here. Moving down to the legs, we can kick forward this much, backward this much. Actually, we can do a full 360 rotation, it looks like. Yes, we can. That's pretty cool. The legs can come out this much. We have a thigh swivel. We have a very nice bend here in the knees. The feet can tilt and swivel. And then finally, we have our super long, super solid, multi-segmented tail comprised of several ball joints. This is a very nice and very cool tail, but there is an issue here. I noticed on my figure, the last third portion of the tail tends to pop out way too easily. So as you can see, the tail pops off and the ring. And I put this back in like so, and you move it around a bit more and it pops out yet again. It's weird because this was not an issue on the original release. I'm not sure about the second release, but just be mindful you could experience that. Just kind of push it back in and endure, I guess. But still, the posability in this figure is still very cool. When it comes to sculpt and paint apps, Space Godzilla is absolutely fantastic. Starting from the top, we have our semi-sharp translucent yellow gradiated head crest. The face has a scaly, textured and detailed sculpt with the new bluish-black paint app. The eyes have a large, menacing gradiated orange sculpt with large black pupils. The teeth and mandibles have a nice semi-sharp sculpt, with the inner mouth having a dark, fleshy, detailed sculpt. The chest has a detailed, muscular, slightly scaly burgundy sculpt. You can really see the definition in the pecs, abs, and belly here. On the shoulders, we have our massive, thick, semi-sharp pearl crystals. I really like the gruesome transition from the crystals to the flesh on the shoulders. It's just really cool. It really looks like they're just bursting out of the skin. The arms have a slender scaly sculpt with sharp white claws. The legs have a massive bulky scaly sculpt with various creases and folds. The leg sculpt is very unique here around the knees. The feet have a large sculpt with clean white toenails. Spin around to the back, we have our large, angular dorsal crystals. Each dorsal crystal has its own unique sculpt, alternating between white and pearlescent red. As we come down the back, the dorsal crystals become smaller and transition into smaller, solid white sharp dorsal fins on our long, scaly, multi-segmented tail. At the end of the tail, we have our sharp crystal barb. Now this time around, I only bought one Space Godzilla figure because I assumed there would be no QC issues. I did encounter 2 issues with my figure. I'm not sure if you noticed during the unboxing portion of this video, Space Godzilla left a little something behind. Yep, one of the dorsal fins fell off the back. Now this was a very easy fix. I just had to reglue it in place and everything was fine. The second issue I had, we've already talked about. The last third portion of the tail definitely falls off way too easily. And in all honesty, again, as I was posing this figure, it started to get really annoying. Now I can probably easily fix it by adding some nail polish to the joint, but it's something you should be aware of. Compared to our original Space Godzilla release, the Fukuoka version is just as fantastic as our original, but now with a cool, darker paint scheme. I think that says something special about this sculpt. It has really withstood the test of time after all these years, so it's one of those, I guess what, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. This is just really nice. For accessories, first up we have our cool energy effect parts that slot over the crystals. Now, I'm not sure if these are for the telekinesis energy or just the crystal energy siphon effect, but either way, these are really cool. Finally, we have the main stars of the show, the damaged shoulder crystals that easily and firmly swap out with our standard crystals. The damaged shoulder crystals really have a fantastic sculpt. I really like the broken inner details here. Now, to make this release a final home run, they should have given us a large set of ground crystals and a newer, maybe darker Corona beam or something. I think that would have really helped everyone who missed out on the previous Space Godzilla releases, and it probably would have incentivized those who already have one of the previous releases to pick this one up. I have my Corona beam from the first release, and I think now I have the full Space Godzilla experience. Now, let's do some city building. As a whole, Space Godzilla turned out to be absolutely fantastic. The sculpt is well done, the new paint-ups are great, we have some great accessories, and Space Godzilla is posable. They could have added a few more accessories to make this release a full home run, but in the end, this is a fantastic figure and I absolutely recommend picking up Space Godzilla. Now, how much does Space Godzilla cost? I imported my S.H.MonsterArts Space Godzilla Fukuoka Decisive Battle Version figure for $120, which is totally worth it. If you're going to wait for the domestic release, it looks like Space Godzilla will be between $135 and $160. Click the link on screen to pre-order yours today if you're going domestic. To see more S.H.MonsterArts reviews or another absolutely fantastic review, click the links on screen right now. Be sure to follow me on social media, definitely follow me on Twitch, and I'll see you guys in the next review.